Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Petey Proudlock, and it is the player ratings from yesterday's 3-3 draw against Brentford at home at St James's Park. I really thought that yesterday was going to be our first win of the season, but unfortunately it wasn't. Attacking-wise, we were really good. We managed to get forward. We had managed to have quite a few chances. Some of them you're thinking, could we have taken maybe a couple of more of those? But there's still a lot of negative parts in our squad, and that is the defending. It was shambolic again yesterday. Just really slow to react to try and get rid of the ball. And goalkeeping as well. Absolutely garbage that was. Darlow, what was he doing? For all three of the goals. I've seen the goals back we've conceded, and he is definitely partly at fault for pretty much all three of them. He moves, and then he stops, and then he's going forward again. My word. Dubravka, for me, back in against Arsenal, 100%. Has to be. As well. Defence needs changing up. We need to drop at least one of those centre-backs, whoever it could be. Maybe get the likes of Fernandes back in the side, who's been frozen out. I would look to be getting him back in, because we are persistent with the same defence. We are going to continue to concede more goals left, right and centre. We really are. I mean, Lascelles, he scored, but then it goes back to being just very late to try and get rid of things. The same with Clark as well. Yeah, I must say, I thought Fabian Schär was pretty okay yesterday. But, again, the other two, my word, it's not good enough at all. It really isn't. As well, as I said, Darlow had a stinker yesterday. Joe Willock was terrible as well. What has gone wrong with the lad? My word. Sean Longstaff, when he came on, was absolutely terrible as well. My word. But at least we saw a bit of positives in terms of our attack-wise. It looked a lot more better. It really did. Man of the match for me yesterday had to be JOELINTON. He was superb yesterday. Apart from towards the end where he slipped, but the rest of his game, he was superb. His holder play was good. He was managing to win the ball back, and he took his goal very well. Indeed, on his left foot, found the bottom corner, and I'm glad the new coaching staff are working on him a bit more now in training, which is really what we'd like to see now, considering how much we're paid for the lad, and hopefully we can now see JOELINTON really kick along at this football club. He now needs to do it this more on a regular basis. Hopefully we can see that with our new coaching staff as well. So there you are. But again, I'm just looking at the bad goals we conceded yesterday. Ivan Toney scoring from a tight angle. Pretty much Darlow again. How's he not caught that? The second goal as well. It's garbage defending. And then the third goal we concede. I mean, it's a deflection off Jamal Lascelles. But again, the defence and the goalkeeping was our big letdown yesterday. It really was. Him indeed. Had to come back in the game twice, take the lead through Lascelles. Ivan Toney levels it up. And Brentford go in front through Rico Henry. And we had to come back in the game again through JOELINTON. Brentford then go 3-2 up in the game from a Jamal Lascelles' own goal. And we come back in the game through ASM. It was a cracking cross from Fraser, who did very well when he came on yesterday as well. So there was some positives, but there definitely was some negatives yesterday. Defence needs sorting out, changed around. Same with the goalkeeper as well. Get our number one back in against Arsenal next Saturday when we go down to the Emirates. So that was what I would look to be doing. Hopefully, Eddie Howe and the coach and staff will be looking at to think, right, need some changes in defence and at the back as well, definitely. So now I'm going to get into the player ratings now. So start off in goal, Darlow. Absolutely abysmal that was yesterday. Positioning, terrible. Why did he hesitate for all of the goals? Well, his positioning as well, I'm looking at for the first one, was absolutely terrible. What's happening? Sometimes he has good, decent games, but now he's really starting to go downhill from there now, Darlow. Sorry, Dubravka back in for me, as I've mentioned. Darlow, It's a 0 for me. It is a 0 from me. That was abysmal from him. His positioning was terrible. His distribution wasn't that good. And why did he hesitate? If he didn't, we might have not conceded at least one of them goals. So that is why, Darlow, it's a 0 for me. The centre-backs. First of all, Fabian Schär, and I thought he did pretty well. I was glad he was given an opportunity yesterday because he simply deserved a chance. And I thought he did pretty well. Some of his long balls were really good to pick out. And I'm glad our new coaching staff are using what you call a passive centre-back. So, there you are. I was pretty pleased with that performance from Fabian Schär, so he gets a 6 from me. Now in the middle, and that was the captain, Jamal Lascelles. And again, he scored the goal, but again, he just goes back into being, why is he not doing a job a captain's supposed to do, what defender's supposed to be doing to as well? Exactly. None of us rate the lad anymore. He's not a leader out on that pitch. He just really isn't. I'll give Jamal Lascelles a 4, simply because he scored the goal, but the rest of the game, his defensive style just really let himself down again. It really did. And alongside him, Kieran Clark, why is he still playing? He's finished now. He's slow to react to things now. And again, you just look at it again yesterday. It's just terrible. Absolutely not good enough at all. Kieran Clark gets a 3 from me for him. Because again, it's just defensively, it's let him down again. He's slow to react. And to me, he should be the one be taken out the starting lineup now for the game against Arsenal. So there you are. Into the wing back positions on the right hand side, Jacob Murphy. Defensively, it wasn't great. His attacking wise, it wasn't too bad. He managed to get some crosses into the box, but defensively, it just didn't work out for him, really, did it? And he's not a defender. That is the thing. So you'd be looking to go with Manquillo for the game against Arsenal. We'll maybe see what happens with that. So Jacob Murphy, it's a 5 from me. He's defensively wasn't great, but his attacker-wise, it wasn't too bad. So that is why I'll give Jacob Murphy a 5. Left-hand side of the wing-backs, and that was Matt Ritchie. And it was pretty decent. Again, defensively, not great, but again, in terms of attack-wise, he did very well. Getting up and down there, set up the goal for Jamal Lascelles, bursting forward. And that was what I thought Ritchie did well yesterday, I must say. His attacking style of play. And his set pieces, I've got to say, were pretty good. And once again, he was managing to get those balls into the box. And as mentioned, did set up for the first goal. So Matt Ritchie, he gets a 6 from me. And now I'm going to go into the centre midfielders. So first of all, I'm going to go with Jonjo Shelvey. And he did well yesterday. Again, a player who's been in for massive criticism. But again, Eddie Howe has said they are working something on with him now, which is really good to see. Because Jonjo Shelvey is known for his ability, his passes he picks out, and a lot of those were really coming off very well. I must say, they really were indeed. So Jonjo Shelvey, he gets a 7 from me. I was really happy with that performance from Shelvey because he's really not looked himself, particularly under Steve Bruce. But with the new manager and the coaching staff, I'm glad they're working on something with him now. So Shelvey, it's a 7 from me because I thought he did very well yesterday. And alongside him, and that was Joe Willock, and that was terrible. Utterly terrible. I mean, he's passing okay. It was okay at times, but what did you see that was good from Joe Willock yesterday? It was absolutely woeful. He was taken off, and rightly so. What has happened? Where is the Joe Willock we had on loan from last season? It's certainly not been there. It was terrible yesterday, and it just looked like he couldn't be bothered. If anyone didn't notice, did you think that Joe Willock looked like he couldn't be bothered out on that pitch yesterday? My word. Hopefully the coaching staff can now work on something with him as well and get him from what we've seen from last season, because something is just not working with him. It just really isn't. It was terrible. It just really was. Joe Willock gets a 1 from me. It was just absolutely woeful. Just, where do you want to describe that? Yesterday. Terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. And now, the attacking three up front. And first of all, I am going to go with JOELINTON, and he was my man of the match yesterday. He was superb. As I mentioned, bar the slip towards the end of the game, the rest of the game, he was brilliant. Holder play, winning the ball back, superb. And that goal he scored yesterday was really, really good as well. Left foot, you're thinking, is it going to be a tame shot? Keeper's going to gather it, or is he going to blaze that? He simply didn't do that. Found that bottom corner, brilliant. JOELINTON, it's a 9 from me. He's getting a 9 from me because he was superb yesterday. Absolutely fantastic. We'll want to see a lot more of that from him now. But I'm glad the new coaching staff are now working on something with him now, which is absolutely brilliant. And yesterday, look what a difference it made. Massively. Superb. And that's why JOELINTON gets a 9 from me. Next player and the attacking 3, and that was ASM. It did very well once again. You know what he's all about, but there is the frustrating side. He holds out the ball far too long. There were several opportunities he had to make a pass, and he just didn't do that. He did manage to do one in the second half where he found Ryan Fraser for him to pick out and for him to get in the box to get on the end of his cross. That was really good, yeah, I must say, but he just needs to stop all this holding on the ball too much. If you know you can get a pass, make that pass. ASM, I'll give him an 8 though, because he did very well once again. Took his goal very well. He just needs to work on stop holding on the ball for too long here from me. So I'll give ASM an 8. And now up front, and that was Callum Wilson. He had a couple of opportunities, I must say. The one off the post or the where it went wide, also the one where Ivan Toney cleared off the line as well, but I thought he was a bit quiet throughout the rest of the game. I must say, I thought he really was. He had a shot in the second half which went well over the bar, didn't it? So that was the thing. Yeah, it wasn't as good as what it has been from Wilson, but you know what he's all about. He does put himself about, but it was a bit of a quiet game, I must say, from him yesterday through Wilson. So Callum Wilson gets a 5. Now I'm going to go into the substitutions. There was only 2 of them. There was Sean Longstaff and Ryan Fraser. We'll start off with Sean Longstaff. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. His long passes, he was giving them away. What was he doing? Hopefully now the coaching staff could work on something with him now, possibly in training, to try and get him back to his best, because he's simply gone downhill at this moment of time. He just really has. So Sean Longstaff, it's a 1 from me. Terrible. Ball passes were not really coming off. They just really weren't, and he was giving it away a lot of the time. So that's why it's a 1 from Sean Longstaff. And Ryan Fraser, very well when he come on. You notice the difference when he's playing out wide than what he is in centre midfield. I'm glad of looking at it thinking you're a wide man, not a centre midfielder. And the cross he picked out for ASM yesterday was just superb. It really was. Indeed, absolutely good. Hopefully we can see a lot more from him now through Fraser. Hopefully again, coaching staff will be working on something with him now in training, as well as Eddie Howe. So there you are. Did really well when he came on, Fraser. It's an 8 from me for Fraser. Now I'll go into the manager, Eddie Howe, but even though he wasn't at the game, but of course he would have been communicating with the coaching staff before the game, with the players, probably told the staff to go with this lineup. We were thinking it was 5 at the back at first, but it really wasn't. We see the wing backs push a lot more forward as well in terms of our attack. As well, it was mostly like a 3-4-3 formation, so that wasn't so bad. I'll give Eddie Howe a 6 because I thought the attacker-wise he got it right. It was the defence and style that was a letdown massively. So that is why I'll give Eddie Howe a 6. So that is my player ratings. Let me know down in the comments section. Do you agree with what I've gone with? If you were to change, let me know as always, and why. So it's always great to get your thoughts. It really is. Tomorrow there's going to be a new show called Pub Rumours, which I'm going to be a part of. So if you want to tune into that, feel free to do so tomorrow night. And so there'll be a lot of rumours, discussion about which players we could possibly bring in the January transfer window. So come and join us for that. We're not sure what time yet, but they'll be find out from either Paul or Barry, who's going to be running the show. So thank you for watching. Of course, don't forget to give this video a like. Please drop your comments in as well. Of course, if you haven't checked me out before, please do hit that subscribe button. And I shall catch us all later. Take care. Well, how are you feeling after last night? Well, was it a bit of a 2 points dropped? Or do you think... Well, let me know. As always, the defence and goalkeeper definitely need to be changed up for next game against Arsenal.